I shall now proceed to explain the various mechanics that you should be aware of. For that, let's start our first battle with randomly selected soldiers with randomly selected names. We have Siegfried, or whatever, Stray Cat, Kosaki Fag, Nosebleed, Kaguya, Down, Shikomizu, and Miles Edgewood. To begin with, we have a bunch of equipment we can give to our soldiers, to our various soldiers. As this is merely a training mission, I will give them stuff at random. This is a normal rifle, a human rifle. Not very good against aliens, I'll be honest. This is a grenade. You usually have grenades so they can explode on top of multiple enemies. And this is a smoke grenade. These cover the enemy's field of view and allow you to save a soldier that's in a particularly compromising position. If you stay in smoke too long, some of the smoke may be hazardous. I'm not very sure about this mechanic, so hopefully it won't happen to us. I'm also supposed to have rifle clips somewhere around here, but I didn't pack the extras, so that's it. More rifles, grenades, smoke grenades. Very entertaining, I'm sure. This one is a laser pistol. Basically, at this point in time, I have developed superior technology to the usual typical rifles. And so, you have laser pistols. Laser pistols are actually not all that good. They are simple pistols, and so you can't aim them very well. But they are more versatile than rifles. You can take a long time aiming with rifles. That won't happen if you have a laser pistol. This is a rocket launcher. These launch rockets, which explode. That's usually good. And this is an extra rocket. Kaguya... Okay, wait, you saw this thing turn red. Wait. That basically means that this particular soldier, Kaguya, cannot handle a lot of weight. And, I'll be honest, rocket launchers are pretty weighty. So instead, we'll give them a laser pistol. I didn't actually want to give Kaguya the laser pistol, because now Miles Edgewood will have to take a bloody rocket launcher. And then we have Shikomizue, or whatever the name is, with a heavy cannon. I don't remember which sort of munition the heavy cannon uses. I think it's the HC high explosive or something. So there you have it. And then Down with the autocannon, which is... I've never used much in the way of autocannons. I think they sort of fire a bunch of explosives, I'm not sure. And hold on, Down can't handle this much weight, so Shikomizu will get it instead. Autocannon and... what's this? Heavy cannon. There we go. What? He still can't handle it? It appears that Down is particularly frail and weak, and therefore should probably just have a pistol. Where's the other pistol? There you are. Nosebleed will take the heavy cannon. And here you have Down, a pistol, a smoke grenade, and an actual grenade. This way all men are equipped for battle and about ready to fight. Let's go, let's have at it. I said I thought it was morning. This sure doesn't look like a morning mission to me. Like, at all. Anyway, let's present the environment. You can see these things here. These are the soldiers. In the original XCOM, there were only about 2 models, maybe 3. In OpenXcom, they have modified the models, so there are models for every for all the types of hair color and gender, so it matches the portraits you saw outside. Okay, so statistics are important. You have, or every soldier has, time units. These tell when you move you consume time units. When you fire you consume time units. When you crouch you consume time units. When you do anything you consume time units. Typically the more time units you have, the better. The longer you can keep moving and the longer you can do things. You can do more things. I'm not entirely sure what energy does, I never quite understood it. Health is important. If your health reaches 0, you die. Typically, XCOM soldiers don't last long against alien weaponry. If you get hit by a shot, you're dead. Typically. Sometimes, instead of immediately dying, you may get a fatal wound. The number of fatal wounds, which can be more than 1, will tell us the amount of health you'll be losing per turn while you have a fatal wound. To cure fatal wounds, use a medkit. To refill your health, use a medkit. If you lose health or have fatal wounds, your aim will get progressively worse. And trust me, that isn't very good. You need your aim where you can get it. Bravery. If any of you folks have tried the more modern XComs, you know that occasionally a soldier has a tendency to panic. That was in the original XCOM as well. People with terrible bravery had a tendency to drop their weapons and just run away. They could also start firing at anything that moves, be it aliens or your very soldiers. So, yeah, bravery is pretty important. While a soldier is panicking, you can't really control them. So that's even worse. They can just go out and stand in front of the aliens for all they care. They're panicking. Morale. It's basically, these two are very connected. The lower bravery you have, the easier it is for you to lose morale. And when your morale is low, I'd say under 50, under 40, you have a tendency to panic or fire at random or just be terrible. Reactions is how fast you react. When an alien is moving in your field of view and you have time units available, you can fire. If you have good reactions, you can fire faster. If you have bad reactions, you won't fire at all. Usually, they don't fire all that much. At all, which is terrible. Firing accuracy is how good you are at aiming. This one's usually pretty important. If you're good at aiming, you'll get hits, and hits always do some damage. You won't always take an alien down on the first or second hit, but you need to hit them to kill them, as should be obvious. There's also throwing accuracy. You saw the grenades earlier. Those are important for this. Then you have melee accuracy. There is melee weaponry in this game, mainly the stun gun. Melee accuracy is incredibly important. The stun gun has a huge tendency to fail. To add to said failure, if you even... Okay, let's make this statement less confusing. Since it's already hard to stun them to begin with, you absolutely do not need to miss a melee throw. That's just terrible. Finally, their strength. That's what we saw earlier, the weight, how much you can hold, and how much what you hold affects you. Continuing on... Oh, what's this? Oh, pardon me. There we go. Continuing on, you usually have various sorts of armor. Your soldier has a front, a left, a right, a rear, and an under. Oh yes, you can get shot at from below. Because of this, well, the various armor reflect how much of the enemy damage you can hope to deflect. So when you're shot at from the front, that's your best chance at survival. If you're shot at from behind, then you usually die. Thankfully, the same also applies to aliens. All of these statistics you saw right here, they also apply to the aliens. The aliens can panic. The aliens can have fatal wounds. The aliens can just be too lazy to react when you're dancing around in front of them. And the aliens can have a terrible aim. And that's basically the statistics, if you care about statistics. Now, this map, I mentioned night missions and I might have confused you. Basically, a mission can take place during the day, at night, or during a transition period. Missions at night are terrible because your vision is very, very limited. But the aliens don't have limited vision, usually. They can see you from where you can't see them. And that is never, ever good. You don't want that. You don't want that, let me tell you. Because of that, it is recommended to only do missions during the day. And where I can help it, I'll only do them during the day. Now then, randomly selected soldier number 1 is Stray Cat. He's armed with a rifle and has 20 rounds of ammunition. The first thing to do on any mission is to step right out of the Sky Ranger. This thing. So we'll do just that. Okay, this thing is flashing. What is it? It's telling us there's an enemy somewhere. Particularly... Oh, pardon. It seems there's an enemy on the building right in front and to the right of the Sky Ranger's exit. At this point in time, you should probably try to shoot the enemy before he shoots you. There's various options you can take. You can, like, run away. You can ignore it, and maybe it will shoot you. Or you can try to shoot it. That's what I'm gonna do now. Now, when you shoot, you have various kinds of shots, depending on the weapon you have. An assault rifle, or the normal rifle, has 3 types of shots. Auto shot, snapshot, or aim shot. Aim shot is very accurate. 70% accuracy, would you look at that? But they take a lot of time and consume many time units. Snapshots don't take much time at all, and are usually the normal type of shot I take during a battle. Usually when you move, you don't get to have aimed shots, only snapshots or auto shots. Auto shots is where you shoot 3 rounds in a row. If you have the accuracy is, however, lower than snapshots, and snapshots have a much lower accuracy than aimed shots. For this particular instance, I think I'll take an aim shot. But first, I'll kneel down, because kneeling increases your accuracy, and suddenly I've got an 80% accuracy. Then I'm gonna aim at the alien and shoot. Kill confirmed. When you acquire kills in battle, or even without any kills, just for being present in a battle, your soldier may earn a promotion. It's not me who assigns them. They get assigned automatically. For the purposes of this playthrough I'll be making, you, or more explicitly, your soldier can sort of command the battles. What do I mean by this? The highest ranked soldier in any given mission will be the acting commander. For this particular mission, we'll be assuming that Siegfried or Siegfried is the acting commander. This acting commander is cautious. You attribute a personality to the acting commander, and you tell me how you want to do battles. Do you want everyone to be very careful? Or do you want everyone to rush out? Do you want everyone to just take accurate shots? Or to fire, or to spray and pray? These choices will be made by the ranked soldiers. The higher rank, the more influence it will have. Occasionally, the commander or any other highly ranked soldier may not partake in a battle, so as to give opportunity to every sort of soldier. Now then, Stray Cat has just taken a shot and he can't move anymore. This represents a time unit, this represents the health, and this represents the energy, which I'm still not sure what it's about. This is the morale. Now, Stray Cat has moved, next will be Siegfried, or Siegfried. I don't think there's any Owens over there, and I don't think there's any Owens over there, or behind. So he'll kneel over there and just hope nothing happens. Finally, Kosaki Fag. He'll move out onto the field and... Pardon the interruption. Now then, continuing on, Kosaki Fag heads out into the field, checks for any aliens, and kneels, waiting for further orders. Finally, Nosebleed will move slightly ahead. People who are carrying heavy weapons take longer to move, and it's harder for them to fire. So he'll go over there, pointing towards that place, and he'll wait there. Heavy weapons can either have a named shot or a snapshot, and it varies among weapons. Not every heavy weapon is like that, and these ones will move further along in the craft. A pistol consumes less time units than everything else, but it's also less accurate. Okay, so my soldiers are down, they're all clustered together. If anybody threw a grenade over here, we'd be done for. Fantastic. This is where we end our turn, and it's time for the Owens to move. Now then, after the Owens move, it's our turn again. Okay. You see these arrows pointing towards where I'm trying to move. And this wasn't in the original XCOM. A very useful addition, to be honest. I usually moved to the wrong place by accident. That was, and is, terrible. Spaceship has been detected. These metallic parts usually belong to a spaceship. For this particular mission, the spaceship was not crashed. We boarded a spaceship that was already here to begin with. This means that the aliens are well and alive, so we might have to take care of quite a few of them. Kosaki Fag has detected our next alien. Right all the way over there. So, it's time to... So here's the thing about kneeling. Kneeling increases your aim, sometimes exponentially. However, it also decreases your line of fire. Your soldiers can only fire at anything they can see, and even if you force them to fire at what they can't see, it needs to be unimpeded. There can be nothing in front. In this case, Well, in this case it's too hard, but in this case there's no line of fire. That means Kasaki-Fak cannot see the Owen or aim at it. Now, in this case, Down is unable to see the Owen, but he might be able to shoot it. Okay, the only thing he managed was to blow up the cover, what little cover he had, so he's rather likely to get shot next turn. Always try to have your men facing the Owens for the reasons I mentioned before, mainly the armor. The armor can be your savior. A bad thing about always kneeling is that you have to get back up, and getting back up can consume time units. Okay, for a 25% chance of hitting anywhere near the Owen, it's simply not worth it. Even if it's a great explosive. It's worth mentioning that Kaguya's strength is so low, his time units and energy so low, that he can barely move. This rookie's terrible. Just look at his bravery, for instance. This rookie is terrible, for emphasis. Let's see what the Owen does. It's moving towards us. Oh, he took a shot and he missed. Anyway, the Owen did not shoot. I love it when the Owens do that. This is Kasaki-Fak. It's your opportunity to get a kill. The Owen is facing away from us. That means his armor is particularly bad on his sides and rear. You may be able to get a kill. Right on the head. Fantastic shot. It's your time to move now. Hopefully there are no more Owen. Actually no, hopefully there are Owens. While I'm prepared for them. Because Owens have this small tendency of appearing when you least want them. It's not very pleasant, let me tell you. It's also hard to move in amongst these things. You can never quite tell where you're going. I need to test a theory. I've been led to believe that trying to fire while kneeled from right behind cover does not yield very good results. So we'll see. I'm aiming over here, and I'll shoot there. Yep! Cover is great, isn't it? The good thing about blowing up cover, you can go through it now. So now imagine your friendly neighborhood cannoneer trying to fire automatically against an Owen while in cover. It's probably not a very good idea to have your cannoneer surrounded by people. You can never quite guess where he'll aim. Okay, so lovely message, as you can see. You might have missed most of it, but an Owen came out of there, showed up, took a shot, killed him, and I couldn't do a thing. That's what happens when a soldier moves 2 inches ahead from the pack. Kasaki-Fak, shall you try to take a shot? It's a hit and a kill, thank God for that. Okay, it's never a smart idea to put your soldier where a dead body was. And this doesn't apply just to XCOM, it applies to anything. If there's a dead body there, there might be a reason for it. And it's hardly ever a good one. For you. It's always best to have them directly facing the door. If they have particularly good reactions, they may be able to kill the Owen before he can do anything. Or, if they have particularly good reactions but terrible aim, a soldier like Siegfried might be able to hit Stray Cat in the back and kill him. You never quite know with these soldiers, and that's what makes it so fun. Well, this might seem like a smart plan, right? In my experience, it has never worked. Not once. So let's just pray. Okay, Everything seems fine. We are about to enter the enemy spaceship. The spaceship layouts are not very randomized. Usually the small and very small sort of craft has always the same layout. I can't for the life of me remember if the supply ships and other sorts of ships have randomized layouts, so I guess we'll be learning that ourselves. Secondly, you know, in my usual games I never use cannons of any kind, because people with explosives, they are very well prone to, while trying to kill an enemy, kill themselves or their friends. Oh dear. I'm not breaching in just yet. I will probably wait until there's 3 people at the door. Just in case. It's always important. Okay. So, you come over there. And aim in that general direction. Stray Cat already got the kill, so you will be storming in. There's an alien! You can't do an aimed shot, but you can do an outer shot, so... Yeah, sometimes crouching is kneeling is a risk. Because if you kneel in front of an alien, the alien may have time to shoot and kill you. One of the hardest decisions in this game is deciding whether to do an outer shot or a snapshot. Because would you rather 3 chances with 18% chance of hitting, or 1 chance with 31%? Most people use outer shots? What the hell do I know about most people? I typically use snapshots. I prefer to be accurate, and it's not like it's just 1 chance. I can get 2 snapshots in with the amount of time units I have right now, so it's 2 chances essentially to kill him. Alternatively, I can take a snapshot and leg it. That's another risk from a snapshot, and you just experienced a soldier who somehow survived. Let's check his health. He has 1 fatal wound and 11 health. This means that he will lose an amount of health per turn. I'm not entirely sure if it's 1, it probably is 1. It's about time for you to leg it, but he can't. He cannot leg it right now. Crap, damn it, bollocks. Okay. Time to think of a plan. Commence Operation Meat Shield. A charming name, I know. I can't see him from here and he can't get in. Can you move? Oh, please tell me you can move. No, you can't move! You can't move! Then what do I do? Do I have a grenade? Okay. Okay, a smoke grenade, that's it. Okay, let's think about it. You, then... prime it. For right now. And... You can't throw it! You can't throw it! Crap! Okay, go back in. This is a waste. I should have counted my measurements better. Let's pray he can see him from here. Oh, please! No line of fire! How about there? Oh dear. No, you can't see him from there. Crap! Siegfried, or Fried, or Fred, whatever. You're done for. Thank you for trying. I'll see you next time. Oh my dear. And by next time I mean never. Sorry. Oh, terrible aim. Terrible aim. That was clearly out of shots. Okay, now compare the earlier aim to this one. He lost about 10% in terms of aim, and he's barely able to shoot at all now. Now, you remember when I talked about that leadership thing earlier? Your type of leadership is what will decide situations like this. You could try to be a hero. to order your men to be a hero and to try and shoot at the alien. Or you can try to leg it out of there and survive. Alternatively, you can be cunning. Stray Cat already prepped a smoke grenade, so if he comes in and throws a smoke grenade, he might be able to save his friend. There we go. And now he can take chances and take an aimed shot at the alien, potentially killing him and saving everyone. Of course, he's still blocking the entrance. That's not very good. You should look at the other side. Okay, thank you, Stray Cat. You might have just saved your friend. Or colleague, whatever. Okay, let's hope everything goes well now. There's more aliens inside. Hello, hello, hello. Okay, as you can see, his accuracy is gradually decreasing. I probably shouldn't have put him there. Okay, I'm gonna move him to this corner where he can't be seen by the alien, and just stay here. Whatever you do, don't move. He can get you killed. Next, Kosaki Fag will take a named shot. No, he can't. He can't, not enough. He'll take a bunch of snapshots and try to kill him. There we go. And that was a victory. Why was it a victory? Every alien has been killed. As soon as you kill every alien, you immediately get a victory. You also get a bunch of stuff. You can recover from the aliens and whatnot. Also, another important thing to mention, not every shot kills. Your soldier may be shot and may be hurt, but he may not die. He may simply remain unconscious. If you're trying to retreat with unconscious soldiers, you very literally have to pick up their corpses and move them to the Sky Ranger, so you can run away. Because running away is an option when you see that there's countless amounts of aliens, that their weaponry is way above yours, and that you are essentially screwed in every way. It's time for a tactical retreat. Again, this is where the whole leadership thing comes in again. And okay, details for me. Promotion. Siegfried got promoted to sergeant. Okay, good. Apparently you get promoted to sergeant when you are shot and survive. Lost in service was down, which I sort of regret. I'd much have rather to lose Kaguya. And that's it, that's a mission. The only other thing that should be relevant to you guys is diary. This was not a feature in the original game, of course. This is a sort of mod, you could say, that I have currently installed. This serves as basically a stat tracker. I haven't messed around with it too much, but it tells us what each soldier did. Siegfried in mission UFO 1 killed a sectoid engineer. What's this about engineer? Oh yeah, the aliens have ranks. Certain aliens may be engineers, certain may be combat focused, and this varies their armor, their weaponry, their logic patterns. Okay, maybe not so much the logic patterns, but mainly the weaponry they use. Apparently he'll be wounded for 41 days after this, but he got a kill, so happy days. For his performance, he had a mission in Europe. He had a ground assault, a large scout. yeah, large scouts. Because those are small UFOs, but are large scouts, because scouts can be smaller than that. And that was pretty small, I'll be honest. Now, regarding combat, he has killed a sectoid, he has killed an engineer, and he has killed with a rifle. So yeah, bunch of stats. So if you're one of those guys that love stats, there you go. This also applies to everyone, not only those who got a kill, I think. Stray Cat also killed a sectoid, a soldier in this case. Kosaki Fag killed... Oh, he killed 3 of them! You can see how the promotions work, completely random. Okay. Kosaki Fag, my dear soldier, you're getting a commendation for this. I don't care what the game itself says. You did a fantastic job. You killed 3 aliens. Nosebleed did nothing. Good job. Kaglia just explored around, getting tired, and I'm pretty sure Miles Edgeworth didn't even leave the craft. That's it. I suppose that is, as I say, it. Oh yes, a detail. Every time you get promoted, you receive small stat boosts. Maybe you can see the slight coloring differences here. Every time you participate in a mission as a rookie, you get promoted automatically to Squaddy and get a stat boost with it. Now, where's Siegfried? Okay, he is a sergeant. He got a stat boost, he got a kill, partook in 1 mission, and got a giant wound, which will take 41 days to heal. 41 days is actually not that much. It's slightly over a month, and usually I have 3 missions a month, if that. Sometimes months go by when nothing happens. Sometimes everything comes on top of you at the same time. Anyway, I'll be sure to explain any relevant backstory when it comes to it. For now, this will be it. These are our soldiers. Our great, great soldiers. And this is Down who died. I'm sorry, Down. Too bad. Memorial was also not in the original version of XCOM, if I'm not entirely mistaken. This is it. Thank you for watching, if you're watching. If you're not, then you won't hear this. So, goodbye and thank you. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to XCOM. Well, not the actual UFO Enemy Unknown XCOM. I'm talking about a remake, a sort of clone of XCOM. This is called OpenXcom, and it replicates the original XCOM game in as faithfully as possible. The graphics, for instance, are pretty much entirely the same, with small alterations that are barely even noticeable. Things are also made much, well, easier to move around in. The controls for the original were arse. Let's just put it like that. I know. So, we have what is basically a beefed up version of the original XCOM with easier controls and some extra features. And by that, things are made more logical, not nearly as random, bugs have been wiped out, most of them, and that sort of thing. This leaves us with what would be the ultimate version of the old XCOM. Unless you're like me and you consider bugs part of the experience. For this sort of playthrough, I have opted to remove any and all bugs that, well, were found. Not all of them were found, obviously. Now then, what's this playthrough about? I'll basically be giving a full novel theme to my soldiers, my bases, and my general actions around the world. That said, I suppose I can commence by introducing the battle mechanics. The geoscape, or the overworld mechanics, or base building mechanics, will be left to me. This playthrough will consist only of the battles and aftermath concerning it. For example, statistics and whatnot surrounding the various soldiers. Said soldiers will be inspired after 4 novel members. And I'll also explain some other things that could be important later on. To start with, you can see this thing right in front of me. Landing Site 1 detected. And we get various information. Basically, what this is telling us was that a UFO has been found. We are XCOM, an alien exterminating defense force, I suppose, who are sent after the aliens to try and defend the planet Earth. With that in mind, we should start. We have detected an enemy craft. It is of a small size, that means it does not have more than 5 or 8 aliens, and it's currently on the ground. That means it has landed. Usually, any UFOs will be found flying around, and we would have to intercept them with, well, Tay's Wrath, or perhaps Nay's Hammer. These are called interceptors, or used to be, until they were renamed. We send one of these little plane thingies after the aliens and try to shoot the spaceship down. If it's a relatively small spaceship, they should be able to handle it no problem with Earth's equipment. The salty runaway, is also called the Sky Ranger. This is where our men, the soldiers, all go around in, since they don't fit in the interceptors. For this particular case, we should send the Sky Ranger with all the men, because the UFO is currently on the ground. And so we'll send it. The UFO is currently located near Madrid in Spain, and the Sky Ranger is going after it. Oh, this is going to be terrible now I think about it. It's currently nighttime, as you can see, and that means the mission will be way harder than it strictly needs to. Actually, so hard, in fact, that I've changed my mind. I will send a ship, an interceptor, to get over there and prepare to shoot the ship down. When the ship is on the ground, then I can simply wait until it's morning again and send my men there again. So let's do that. Upping time, so it's a bit faster. And now we're waiting for it to take off. Oh, it still hasn't moved, and it's nearly morning. So I'm sending the Sky Ranger again. Okay, it's pretty much morning, so it won't be a nighttime mission. Okay, excellent. Excellent. Very well.